good, my children. Today we will look at dividing a directed number by a directed number. My dear children, you have already learned that when plus 5 is multiplied by plus 2, the answer is plus 10. Accordingly, my dear children, dividing the plus 10 by plus 2 gives the answer plus 5. Also, when you divide the plus 10 by plus 5, you get plus 2 as the answer. Okay, good, my children. Let us consider the product of a positive number and a negative number. For that, we look for the value of the product of the plus 4 and the minus 2. Since the signs of these two numbers are opposite to each other, the sign of the answer is negative. So when we multiply plus 4 by minus 2, the answer is minus 8. My dear children, we know that the inverse of multiplication is division. So when minus 8 is divided by plus 4, the answer is minus 2. Accordingly, my dear children, when two directed numbers with opposite signs are divided, the answer is a negative number. Now, we find the value of minus 8 divided by minus 2. When plus 4 is multiplied by minus 2, the answer is minus 8. My dear children, we know that since the inverse of multiplication is division, when minus 8 is divided by minus 2, the answer should be plus 4. Then, my dear children, since the signs of these two numbers are the same, when minus 8 is divided by minus 2, the answer becomes plus 4. Accordingly, my dear children, when dividing a directed number by another directed number, divide by considering their magnitudes without considering their signs. Then include the positive sign in the answer if the two directed numbers are of the same sign. Also include the negative sign in the answer if the two directed numbers are of opposite signs. For that, let's look at the following examples. Let us now consider how to divide minus 10 by minus 2. Since both these directed numbers have the same sign, the answer is a positive number. Accordingly, when minus 10 is divided by minus 2, the answer is plus 5. Let us now consider another example. For that, we divide the plus 8 by the minus 4. Let us now divide in this way regardless of the sign. My dear children, since the signs of both these directed numbers are opposite to each other, the sign of the answer is negative. Accordingly, when plus 8 is divided by minus 4, the answer is minus 2. Let's now examine an example of this type involving division and multiplication. My dear children, we now know that when we multiply plus 5 by minus 4, the answer is minus 20. Also, we know that when minus 2 is multiplied by minus 2, the answer is plus 4. So let's simplify this problem like this. Since the signs of these two directed numbers are opposite, the sign of the answer will be negative. Accordingly, when minus 20 is divided by plus 4, the answer is minus 5. When two directed numbers with the same sign are divided, a positive number receives as the answer. When two directed numbers with opposite signs are divided, a negative number receives as the answer. Then, my children, let us meet again in another new lesson.